Hi, I'm Caroline Diebold. I own Declutter Your Life with Caroline, which helps people to declutter your environment or your space in order to help declutter your mind and your life and help you move forward in whatever it is that you want to do with your life. I consider myself a declutter coach, but I'm not really into the label thing. But I also work with life leadership coaching, which is what a name is for what I do. But using clutter clearing as a tangible thing to help declutter your life. So that's what I'm here for, to connect with you on breaking through those things that are stopping you from moving forward, basically. And today, what I'd like to talk to you about is basically the emotional toll of clutter. And we're talking about our homes in connection with our minds, obviously. And when it comes to our homes, if you're into dream work or dream understanding what dreams are about, the people, and you can do research on this yourself online. I'm not going to get in too much, but they look at the home, the people who do the dreams look at the home as an extension, or as a symbolism rather, of who we are. For example, the attic would be our higher self or connection to a higher spirit, or whatever, whatever that is up here. So it's spirit related. The basement would be the subconscious, and different parts of the home relate to different parts of our psyche or spirit or soul or whatever. So, for me today, I'm going to discuss the emotional toll of clutter based on different parts of our home, to give you a sense of why why the connection is there, and why it's so important to make sure that we look at this and and take a step into this and figure out what it is that's holding us back and what we want to do to move forward with our lives. And it's something that I've worked on for many, many years. So, we all have a definition of what success is. And the art of success really depends on how organized and balanced you are across all areas of your life, even the areas that are working for you. And in some ways, there's always ways of making it a little bit better, or changing, or whatever. So it doesn't matter. Nothing in life is perfect. We're all on a journey, and the perfection shows up in the present moment. It's not somewhere in the future. It certainly isn't somewhere in the past for most of us. So, by decluttering, we ensure that things are in their proper order, and our minds can clear, and we can finally discern what it is we want to do in this world, or what our passion is, or what our purpose is, or whatever it is that we're looking for out there is actually taking place in here. And using decluttering or clutter clearing as a tangible way of working towards that process, just it blows my mind how well this works. So, this all includes everything. It includes for your schedule, your home, your mind. If your mind's in order, your life will be in order, and vice versa. So, having said that, today, like I said, what I'm going to be talking about is the emotional toll of clutter. And in essence, comfort and clutter can't coexist in the same space, because I guarantee you there's not there. I will test you if there's one person out there who feels comfortable in clutter, and that's okay, because for some people they've released that attachment to the clutter, so they don't mind it. But if you really feel comfortable in clutter, more power to you. That's awesome. But most of us do not feel comfortable. We feel overwhelmed. We feel anxious. We feel like, oh my God, there's so much to do, especially as women. Just as a description for women and men, for women, it's like a computer screen where we have like 5,000 windows open, and all we want to do is shut one window just so we can move on to the next thing. It's just a process that we go through, and this is the best way to work through that process. So, what I'm going to discuss is each different areas of the home, how it relates to the emotions of the clutter, and how you can clear it. So something like that. Anyway, so we're going to start with the kitchen. And the kitchen is basically the heart of your home. And it's where you're nourished and provided for. And you don't want to have an untidy and cluttered kitchen because it makes it hard to nourish yourself and to nourish others. So it's all based on the physical and the emotional. How you care for your kitchen is a clue as to whether or not you're giving the proper attention to your own nourishment and that of other people. So cleaning up and decluttering your kitchen will open space for you to receive the support and the comfort that you need in your life, rather than walking into a kitchen that's so cluttered that you just sit down and you're like, oh, have you ever done that before? I certainly have. Or any room in your house. Oh, God, I got to do this again. Anyway. Okay, so the next room in the house I'd like to talk about are the living and the dining rooms, actually, too. So these are places, special places, where we socialize with family and friends. And you engage with the world. While being at home, you watch TV, or you read the paper, or you're discussing current events, or whatever you're doing with your friends over dinner. And when there's clutter, it can turn these places into places of isolation, and where no one shows up, because you don't want anybody to see what your dining room table looks like when it's stacked up to the hilt with stuff all over it. You can't have people over because there's no place to sit, obviously. So what I'm saying is, like, look carefully at your living and your dining room to see what it says about your relationships. Are they important to you? Are you hiding yourself from others? Or isolating just by burying yourself in clutter in those areas? So relationships, living rooms and dining rooms, look at the relationships. Okay, so now we're going to talk about hallways. Hallways, obviously, you need to have place to walk through to get from one place to another. So what the hallways do, if they're cluttered, is that emotionally or energetically, they prevent important connections between different areas of your home and your life. So look at your hallways and see what it says about the rest of your life. Do they contain good lighting? Are they easily navigable? Can you walk through them? Or do they cause confusion and trip you up? If you feel a disconnection between work and family, or yourself and others, what you need to be doing, or your obligations, it might be time to give your hallways a clutter clearing and get rid of the stuff in the hallway, so you can have that pathway, that way to take that journey in your life. Okay, the next area are your bathrooms, is your bathroom. So this is an important space because this is where we meet the world. This is where we begin our days, in this particular room, the bathroom. So the clutter in the bathroom can mean that you may not take pride in how you look or how you feel. And sometimes when we're overwhelmed and anxious and depressed, or any of these things going on in our lives, we don't feel that way, and we get into a place of not caring about all that stuff. But this is a way of stepping into that and changing it. So how can you feel clean when you're in a cluttered bathroom? A clean, well-decorated bathroom, whatever it looks like for you, would be a tranquil sanctuary. It's a place for respite. It's a place for rejuvenation, self-care. Big, important thing for women especially. We are so busy focusing on everybody else that we do not leave time for ourselves for self-care. When was the last time you took a nice, relaxing bath without getting interrupted and without having only about 3 minutes to do it? Rather than, just walking away from everything, which is okay to do, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people. And here's a point where I'd like to say something about the when you're going on a flight on an airplane, where they tell you to put your gas mask or your air gas mask, your air mask on first before you help your children or anyone else who needs the help. You have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of anybody else. So this is the place to do that. This is beauty for the mind and the soul. Take the time to transform your bathroom into a place of refuge, like I said, and it'll bring a sense of the sacred into your morning and your evening routines, your personal care routines, and it'll give you a place where you want to go and self-care for yourself. Okay. The next place is the bedroom. The bedroom, really, it's just available for us for sleeping and intimacy. So it's functioning as a place of renewal of self and relationships if we have a partner. Clutter in the bedroom is probably the worst clutter of any other room. It's anything but restful and peaceful. And if you're feeling wired and tired, creating order out of this chaos in the most personal space will help you relax and let go of the stresses each day. So then you can get a good night's sleep or enjoy special time with your partner. And this is the most critical of all the rooms for being organized and peaceful. Also, I don't do feng shui, but I do have partners who do that. And feng shui will tell you that not to put, I mean, I can't tell you about the setup, but putting anything electronic like a television in the bedroom is really not good for sleep. It continues, what I've read is that it continues, like if you watch it until right before you go to sleep, your, I can't think of the word right now, the chemical in your brain that helps you to fall asleep continues to work, or continues to stay not used in order for you to fall asleep. So a lot of people who watch TV don't sleep at night because they've been watching the TV right before you go to bed. So even just doing something peaceful and calming before, a half an hour before going to bed, will help you sleep better. It's just that simple. And then, of course, working on going to bed at the same time every night and getting up at the same time every morning, which I've done for years now, and I find to be very helpful in creating energy during my day as well. Okay, so closets. A lot of different things we've heard about closets, different ways of clearing them and everything, but the closets are everything hidden, unknown, and unrecognized. So when we fill our closets with clutter, we're harnessing when we fill our closets with clutter, we're not giving us the opportunity to harness our ability to be intuitive or insightful. Cluttered closets can indicate problems that you might not even be aware of. Again, this can be a subconscious thing, but block your progress through life, work, and relationships. So like I said before, it takes its toll in every area of our lives. So keeping the closet door shut isn't going to be a solution at all. But organizing the closet will change things. So, okay, so next is the attic and the basement, like I mentioned. A cluttered attic causes you to feel under pressure. And it's not easy to feel good about the future when there's so much stuff energetically and physically hanging about and over your head. Organizing the boxes from years ago that you haven't looked at in however long, and will help you feel 10 pounds lighter instantly. And just getting rid of stuff that you haven't touched. It's like that. It's instant. The basement and other below ground storage areas are thought to be holders of the unconscious mind, like I said. So when you clear out the unconscious or the subconscious of the belief systems and the thoughts that we've held for so many years that have turned into habits at this point, we make room to change our lives. And that's how it works. I've done this myself. I've worked with other people doing it, and I've seen miraculous, changes happen. And finally, the the best area yet, the garage. Yes. Well, actually, there's probably still one more, but think of your car as a symbol of agility, independence, and the ability for a self-propelled life. If there's so much junk piled up in your garage that you can't even lift the door, then you know it's time to organize it. When you do this, you can prepare yourself to move forward in your life and find out what it is that you're meant to be here for. And again, using decluttering as a tangible thing to help you do that will just open up the energy, open up everything for you. And I can attest to that because it's really changed things for me. And the last place I'd like to talk about, which doesn't really have to do with your home, but it's an extension of your home, are those of you who have been paying for a storage room for years and years and years and years, and you don't want to look at it. And I get it. I've been in there. I've helped people going through their storage rooms. I understand exactly what you're talking about, especially the baby boomer generation where, we've had a family member die or pass, and we take all this stuff because we don't know what to do with it, and we shove it in a storage room. We don't have to pay attention. It's just like I don't have to pay attention to that. I can shut the door, just like the closet. Why should I have to pay attention to that? But guess what? The energy of that room is still there. It's still in the back of your mind. It still haunts you. It's still saying, hey, you got to get in there and get rid of that stuff. You're paying $150, $200, $300 a month for 3, 5, 10 years, whatever it is, that you could be using for something like, vacations or, think about it. So if you are in that position, that needs to be taken care of too. The storage room industry is huge because of our attachment to things that we think we need to keep and clutter our lives and our homes and our storage rooms with. So, okay. I appreciate you listening and learning some new stuff if you have. And if you are interested in connecting with me, and just again, leave a message or a comment below if you've done any of this stuff and how it's made you feel, how it's changed your life, anything. I've talked to plenty of people who do this stuff on their own, and I invite you to just write a comment below and tell everybody what it feels like. It's an awesome thing. It really is. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.